Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you individual out there. Today I would like to speak about active devotional thinking. I think, yeah. To be reverent, to feel a certain devotion, to feel a certain objective love for the earth and our solar system and our cosmos. To be able to love another human being as your brother or sister, and to love the animals as the same. To be a guardian of this planet. It's important to be this guardian of this planet. We don't have many of these, have we? And we are all living on the same planet. And shouldn't we take care of it like it is our home? This home of ours is what has made this body, in physical form of course. We are made of earth and cosmic substances, and it requires us to be focused here on earth. Of course, we do have the sun that brings about the life force to us. We do have the moon, which gives us this physical form and our astral body. And when I say physical form, I mean it has condensed us. After the moon separated, it has condensed us more to this physical form. We were more fluidic before, but we have condensed. And the earth is what gives us the ego. The ego is our youngest faculties. Let's say first we had just pure heat. Now, this heat is of course a substance of the spiritual hierarchy. And this heat sphere started to begin to move because other beings worked inward to it. Over time, when they contemplate work into this heat condenses down. And when this heat condenses down, it becomes light, gas. So after heat, we now have heat and air, or air. That is the second stage. Of course, now, when you have air now, things have a tendency to separate after a while, because the more it condenses, the more then we have the dross that separates away from this light, this air. Because when gas is combusting, there are things that disappear from it. Just like when you burn wood, it becomes ash and smoke. Now this smoke in symbol, separated from this air and become watery, because it has become condensed down again to gas. No, sorry, not to gas, to a fluidic substance, to watery substance. And this watery substance, of course, condenses down after, again, a separation, the moon this time. First it was the old Saturn separated to the old sun, or condensed to the old sun. The old sun then separates the old moon, and the old moon separates to the earth. And hence we now have all these spheres. We now all have these faculties inside us, our physical body, our etheric body, our astral body, and our ego, in that order. So our physical body, which was heat first, is now our lowest but oldest member. Then our life body, then our astral body, and then our ego, which is our youngest but highest faculty. You see, while these things happened in the cosmos, separation, condensation, we also got introduced to opposition and hindrances. We need to have a certain, down here on earth specifically, because it's an earthly thing, this evil or this opposition. There is no evil out in the cosmos. No, 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 no. It is incorruptible. But how down here on Earth, you see the evil have been thrown down here on Earth. Because to make human beings stronger, we need something that hinders us. To actually have a physical form, we need something that holds us together and so we don't dissolve, or so we don't dry completely up. It is a balance. So that is why we got this death-giving force here on Earth. This force of the minerals that is constantly dragging our body slowly to death. And we have the sun forces, the life forces that works against this for a certain while. You see how hard it is to describe esoteric science. You see how hard it actually is to depict in pictures this spiritual evolution we have. Because this is on a spiritual plane. We didn't become physical until later. So it has to be seen as pictures. We have been here since day one. We have been here since the start. And we have over time gotten to where we are now. And we are with other hierarchies, spiritual beings, and lower beings even. This is the Earth. We have a very, very special evolution here. And it is chosen by the hierarchy. And we are the next link in the hierarchy. We are the 10th or the 4th. We are the 4th hierarchy and the 10th link in this hierarchy. And to actually behave like this and to cultivate and to getting to understand and to getting to know what all of this is, including our inner faculties for perception and consciousness, and in general understanding. It takes time. It really takes immeasurable amounts of time, and it will never end. It is a constant thing. And once you trick yourself to believe that I have gotten as far as I can, is when you die inside. Because you have nothing to... You just want to be where you are, and that is where you stop. We are more fluidic than this. By stopping up at a certain point, you see where I'm coming from here. When you stop there, that is where you stop your evolution. Because you gave in to comfort. It is not an easy way to describe any of these things. And we are even, as I said, old Saturn, heat, old sun, air, old moon, water, earth. And we are actually going further, even 2 or 3 evolutions more. And that is when we are separating again. The earth separates itself again and makes a kind of new dross, as happened earlier. Now, this new separation is going to become hell, the 8th sphere. This is it can only be imagined. But the life of the earth will separate from the corpse of the earth, and the corpse will become a satellite around the next evolution we are going through. Oh, I love speaking about it because it brings about a certain understanding to where we are going. I think this was everything. I hope I was adequately I could adequately express this in a true and understanding way, because it really makes me it always makes me nervous speaking about them, because I have to speak very precisely. It is details. So if I'm not that well versed in this yet, I will become better at it. You don't worry. So, yeah, this is the earth illusion, and we are now cultivating our consciousness soul, our ego, and to ennoble our already very evolved inner faculties, to make them more pure, to make them more, to be able to work with what you wanted to do, what you needed to do, what you should have it do, not what it wants to do by itself. Then you don't have control of yourself. Then you don't have control of your inner faculties. But if you are using your inner faculties actively with your own ego, with your own power, your will, you are in a certain control. You can't, of course, be in constant control and choose whatever you choose. We have inspiration. We are given different karmic and grace experiences that allows us for growth, and that is not something we can control. That is something we are given. So there is a balance there too. You choose based on what you're given. You choose what you're based on what you're given. It has to be regulated based on what happens. It has to be a living, flexible, changing, malleable way of consciousness. Or else you will stay stuck in very specific boxes. That is why you need to be flexible. I love flexibility. It just brings about the joy. I think this was everything. Yes. Thanks everyone. May the divine and the beautiful hierarchy guide us all on this wonderful path, and may Christ guide us to become even more sublime. Thanks everyone. I love you all. Goodbye.